Okay, I think we're live. I'm just waiting for the little wheelie to go around and around. There we go. Now we're live. Hey, good morning, guys. It's Maya. Hey, I wanted to give you another Monday thought this week, and that is how to shift your thinking for the long-term game. So the people that play this game in health, you're here because you want to lose weight. Other people in your life, that just want to be healthy. There's some area of your health that you want to change. And the common denominator in healthy people who were unhealthy at one point and have changed their health to be healthy, you already know that we have to create that total alignment to accomplish that, not just in our behaviors but in our thinking. And you now know that a reduction in resistance is what is required of us to implement those stepping stones, which build self-confidence, which builds self-trust, which builds your ability to look in the mirror and start liking what you see because you're actually doing what you say you're going to do. The people that win at this long-term game move out of instantaneous, quick result wanting, this momentary need for results right now, seeing results right now, which logically we know, the logical mind understands that is that's incorrect, that's magic pill thinking. But the emotional side of us is we still want that. And why is that? Why is that emotionally charged? Why is anything emotionally charged in your life? It's because there is a belief that is still alive, that is causing the emotional charge. And the belief that's still alive, the repeated thought that's still alive, is lack, not enough. When we don't believe we're enough, good enough, strong enough, capable enough, and as our world teaches us so, is there's just not enough time. For years, I was just telling my partner the other day that, I'm 37 years old, and for the majority of my life, I haven't been present. For the majority of my life, I've missed the majority of my life moments because my mind was so consumed with the future or so consumed with the past. Mainly, I'm a future person. When you're in the future, you start thinking and chewing on solutioning the future. It's usually a lot of stress and anxiety. When the mind habitually is in the past, it tends to be depression and sadness. And in the future, there's a lot of solutioning, there's a lot of trying to figure things out, there's a lot of problems I need to solve, and because of it, we miss this current moment right now. There's a settling into this moment, but when there's a lot of pain in this moment, when there's a life circumstance that we don't want in this moment, we try and wiggle our way out of this moment, which serves nobody, because then we miss the so-called magic of this moment. So the common denominator for people who quite literally win this game of long-term health, me sitting in front of you as a living, breathing example, you get your head in the long-term game. And there is no lack thinking that this moment is all that I have, that there's a problem, that I've got a solution that I create in the future to figure out this problem. And when you wiggle into this moment, when you settle into this moment, you really don't have a choice but to accept this moment. And you start thinking not in short-term gains. You start thinking not even in month-long gains, but in year gains. If you think about it for a moment, how calm and peaceful is it to think about the fact that, if I did X, Y, and Z, or if I did one progress goal consistently, if I just focused on eating more vegetables and focused on being more active for the next year, how would that change my life? If my trend for my weight was downward, no matter how little, but it was downward over the next year, how would that change my life? And so I want your head out of the short term, and that's going to force you into acceptance of this moment, and it's going to force you into enjoying the progress. I've always said it's in your Stepping Stone program, the How to Start Again Without Failing Again program, is the joy is in the becoming. It's going to force you into the moments of your life and to start enjoying more moments of your life and enjoying the process, because this is nothing new, but it hasn't really been, it's not new knowledge to you, but it hasn't really been adopted by a lot of people yet, is that you're not here to lose weight. You think you're here to lose weight. That's what your You could say shortcomings or inadequacies, which is not you, just your brain, believe that you're here to lose weight. But really you've asked for something in your life. You've asked for something more in your life. You're wanting something more in your life. And it is my belief, because we put meaning to things in our life, and I hope that you put really good meaning to things in your life, that you've asked for something. You're wanting something more. If you're like me, you really have a craving to live a really good life, whatever that means to you. And so this has been placed in your path in order to become, sounds cliche, a better version of yourself, because there's stuff that you got to learn along the way. You got to build self-trust. You got to build self-confidence. You got to start loving who you see in the mirror. You got to get your head in the long-term game and start being able to see your wins. You can't expect to be sad or frustrated or in resistance day after day after day after day, and then boom, just wake up and hit your goals and be joyful. It doesn't work that way. The joy is in the becoming, and you got to wiggle in to this very moment. And if you're trying to rush things, rush, you have a short-term effort, and you get on the scale and you're like, well, shit, I did all this work and had, no results, I quit, right? It's very short-term thinking. It's very small thinking. It's very lack thinking. And what we know in our alignment pattern is that that's not serving you. That's totally a misalignment. And it doesn't serve the new life circumstance and where you want to go. So something to chew on for your week. I'd love to hear from you. Feel free to put your comments down below, and get your head in the long-term game. Start seeing your wins. Start being more consistent. Consistency is what wins over the short-term bursts of effort. Instead of the short-term sprints. Consistency is what will get your head in the long-term game. And there's so much more shift in your thinking that has to happen in order for you to settle in and actually start loving this game instead of being fearful of it or being resistant of it. I love you guys so much. Thanks for being here. Put your comments down in the comments right below this video, and let's continue the discussion this week. Have a great week.